Oh! I didn't see you there. Welcome back to Constable Conspicuous, the channel where stupidity is a bank robber and I'm the entire SWAT team. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Flat Earth's favorite map, the azimuthal equidistant projection. The most common Flat Earth model, quote unquote, that we see throughout the Flat Earth movement. Now, is this really their best form of map to use? Well, compared to any other projection of the globe that they could have just pulled out of a hat, it actually kind of is, because the number one thing is that we know we can circumnavigate our planet east to west. Very, very much so. It's very much possible. And if you think that star trails on the azimuthal equidistant projection were a problem, you just take a look at any other projection of a globe into a flat map and you will want to rip out your hair. No, really, I'm speaking the truth. Why do you think I always wear this hat? Anyway, so yes, while the AE projection might just be the best they got, it's far, 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 far from having any sort of candle to the actual globe model. And I'm about to explain to you why with these two factors: distance and air travel. Now, for those of you who don't know, the AE projection is a projection of the globe from the top. It's with the center being the North Pole and all the other continents being spread out, with the South Pole becoming this, as the flerfs call it, an ice wall. Now, lines of longitude are still accurate on this map, but for general navigation and many other things, the azimuthal equidistant projection is far from perfect. That being that the further south you go on the model, or the projection I should say, the more distorted it's going to get. The case in point, the southern continents of Africa, Australia, and South America are going to be a little more smushed up due to how it's due to the projection. Need a little bit of coffee there. Pardon me, some of that went down the wrong pipe. Anyway, so that's one major problem with the azimuthal equidistant projection. And as well as just general distance between the continents. It's gonna, like, the North Pole is going to be fine, but again, further south, you're gonna start seeing more and more problems, especially when it comes to any forms of travel, because, well, you're turning a three-dimensional globe into a flat two-dimensional disc. There's going to be plenty of distortion, especially around the edges. And that's going to be the case with any form of projection you do of a globe, which brings me to another thing. You're using a projection of the model you're trying to refute when you saw it on a flag. I'm fully just to say that you guys just pulled this one out of the hat and said, this will be our model. Or you just picked the UN flag because everything has to be a conspiracy whenever governments are involved. I don't know. I don't know your thought process or lack thereof when it comes to coming up with this crap. But I'm just here to somewhat refute and kind of mock you guys for it. With very good reason to mock, if I do say so myself. But moving on to my next point, which will be air travel. And this is one of my favorite points, because it's so simple and yet causes so many problems for flat earthers whenever I ask them this question. And it has to do with east to west flights the further north you are on the azimuthal equidistant projection, or AE projection. I should start abbreviating. The issue is, if an aircraft's going on a purely west to east direction on a line of a line of latitude is what I was trying to say, then you're gonna have one big thing you're going to have to figure out. If gravity is just the oh-so unacceptable answer as the force that keeps the airplane from having to constantly bank its nose, or like dip its nose down to conform to the curvature of the Earth, what exact force is keeping the plane from constantly having to bank going east or west whenever they're traveling on a line of latitude? And the further up north you are, the tighter that circle is going to be. Think about it, flat earthers. Actually think. What am I saying? I mean, what am I saying right now, guys? You guys are just going to come up with some form of BS, or just say it doesn't happen, or some other form of crap. Just, again, this is directed to everyone who says the AE projection is the proper model of our planet. Look at the northern hemisphere. Particularly, say I'm from New York, and say I want to take a flight to the United Kingdoms. By your absolute crap standards, what is, like, here's two sides. If this really is the case, why is it when I'm traveling in a straight line, I'm still on that line of latitude and not in, say, Morocco, if the AE projection was actually how our world was shaped? And here's another thing. If we were to use your projection in the real world, the pilot would be way, 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 way off course. There's a reason we say as the crow flies, because it's a constant straight line to the destination. Just think about why planes don't have to do this constant bank. What force is there, if there is any? We have gravity to say why planes don't have to constantly bank, dip their noses down. What's your force to keep the planes from banking? I'll await your answer in the comments. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to tune in another day when I will be doing a video on a doubleheader, the case of Orphan Red and Scotty Storm, or as they should be known as, Professor Funbags and Discount Delroyd. So look forward to that, guys. And also make sure to check out World Model Feud, where I help the host Dick handle someone who's been giving him a particular amount of trouble. A certain monkey I had a bit of a debacle with. But thank you again so much for watching. This is Constable Conspicuous, signing off.